I tell you guys, I meant to have this video out like a month ago and then didn't. Okay, anyway, April is almost over and here I am talking about March. But I figured you guys would be more interested in that 30-minute monster about Luna than me rambling about comebacks. But here it is for those of you who are asking where I've hidden it. Please forgive me for showing up after all the food has gone cold. Also, I've been thinking about stuff about my channel. That sounds so dramatic. I've been considering changing my profile picture. I've had that blue look down here for over a year now, and I've been thinking of switching up the color scheme. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I've been considering like a cherry red or maybe a dark purple. Also, I finally fixed the weird borders around the picture because according to some of you, the borders were sneaking into your cornfields and burning your crops. The evil is defeated. You're welcome. Anyway, here's the video. As usual, I didn't include Japanese stuff, and I didn't include everything that came out in March. Please do not ask me why I didn't include this release or that release. It costs $0.00 to make your own video. Suho, self-portrait. Who deserves the first talking spot other than Suho himself? So I ate this entire album in a day. It's full of honest, cream-colored songs, and it's about time we got to hear all the ballads I knew he was hiding from us. We know he's got the voice, he knows he's got the voice, and even better, he knows how to use it to just the right extent where he and the music are working together. And don't get me wrong, I love being blown out of the water by unforgettable vocal showdowns, but in this album, Suho is one of those singers who sings to service the song. I'm so in love with what the members of EXO have created as individual artists. I mean, there was no doubt, like from debut as an incredible unit, that they were all going to be incredibly strong artists, but I think they grew into their individual sounds really beautifully, and I just love this whole album. Dua Lipa, Hwasa, Physical. I understand that Hwasa is only a feature on this track, but I wanted to include it anyway because I adore her sting. The 80s driving anthems were really strong this month, and I love the kinetic movement to Physical. It's vibrant and gritty and voluptuous. Hwasa's voice partners really well with Dua's, and this song was so much fun. I couldn't even believe how much I enjoyed the song first listen alone. It's seductive and it's edged in just the right way, and I think Hwasa adds a layer of heat to it that makes it even tastier. I just love her voice so much. I want a whole album, just the two of them, and I didn't think I'd ever say that. Give them a cabin on the beach, let them write that album.
Oh, why do you make me cry? Go, la 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 la. No, 말뿐이야. 사랑은 단어를 해놓고 또다시 돌아서는 너. Oh, don't you break my heart? 넌 또 lie.
Favorite. Lie. The red is working for them. There are a couple places where the music overpowers the voices a bit too much, but otherwise I think it's solidly recorded. I'm really digging the palette, the blood color with the cold purple running over the hot orange. The deep wood colors and the sunset tones are doing a lot of service to the tone of the song. It's a color palette similar to what IDOL debuted with and quickly abandoned, so I'm happy to see groups like Favorite and Bandit adopting it. I'm not really in love with Lie as a song, but I think their sound has come a long way, and Lie feels like something that would be very well received within their fan base while also catching some new attention.
Tell me everything to me. You're everything to me. 귀에만 들리는 나를 달래주는 목소리가
Sejeong, Plant. Oh, I missed her. The saturation of the video was such a smart, beautiful choice, and they never force it down your throat, and because the action of the video is so minimalist, it balances that insane color perfectly. I did get those Wally vibes from the bagged plants in the isolation. This song is a very warm sadness, and her voice shines in multiple registers during the song without ever clashing. It feels so lonely and so longing, and every time she says, "You're everything to me," and I see her dancing there alone, it feels really, really honest. Do you guys remember that first time in U2's With or Without You where he says, "I can't live," and you hear his voice shake?
With or without you. With or without you, I can't live. With or without you.
Yeah, this is that. It made my breath sit heavier in my throat, and I really think Sejeong could become one of my favorite vocalists through this song alone. Purplebeck, Valenti, or Valenti, or Valenti, however you pronounce it. That song. I gotta say, this isn't my favorite from them. The music video was cute and soft, loving the hair colors, the sweaters, the squad shenanigans, but I just think they have better songs. This sounds retro, very cafe, something close to city pop. It's got a nice edge of synth. In complete honesty, I feel their music hasn't quite settled into something that sounds like them to me, but their vocals are getting more developed each comeback, so I have faith the producers will shape the songs to present their best singing styles.
이 밤이 지나버리고 한 걸음씩 멀어지면 때론 never see you again 시간이 없어 이젠 Tell me 기다렸나 너에게로 가고 있어 너라는 이유 the way I love you
Kang Daniel, To You. Great driving song, great driving album. I like the style he's cultivating for himself, and I like the fun that he's having with it. Running from security guards has never stopped being a great concept and probably never will. The twist of him running into the girls' bathroom was delightful, bringing in all the dancers together, and this shot where it seems like he's hid in the ladies' room to escape the guard and is now just realizing how great the lighting is, so he paused to film a Vine. CRAXY, Aria. Is that how you pronounce their name? I feel stupid. That's my best guess, though. There is a lot happening here. So as debuts go, this was certainly different. I feel the concept is trying a bit too much, but I think that's also the appeal of debuts. You get to really try too much and it's not the end of the world. I feel like the song was written in some ancient Cthulian language and then desperately translated into something of the modern day. I'm your tornado. What does that mean? What prophecy is this? The production sounds kind of weirdly mixed, to the point where I can't even hear the members at multiple points in the song. I can literally see her mouth moving. The lyrics say she's still singing. Why the hell did they make that part completely inaudible? I will say, Swan with that red tinted hair, the earpiece, the jaw cut, and the line, "Anytime, anywhere, baby girl." Yes, that's exactly what I didn't know I needed. Most of my hesitance comes from the fact that the music video doesn't really do justice to the elements I really like the dance, which looks amazing during their live stages. The frame rate drops at weird moments, and the sets are I mean, they sure are sets. Look at them in those chairs. The final part where they all show up in synchronized outfits and let their hair do the talking is when I really started to have a lot of fun, and I could see this being a song that becomes iconic over time. I mean, the song is centered around freedom and they definitely went free. The members themselves have great energy and you can just feel that rookie glow. I can see them doing a lot of awesome stuff once the rapping comes off a bit more.
하고 싶은 말들이 너무 많아서 하나씩 적다 보니 가사가 되었어 헤어짐보다 더 아픈 그리움으로 널 생각하며 쉽게 쓰여진 노래 쉽게 쓰여진 노래
ONEUS, a song written easily. They have come a long way, and I can appreciate this comeback for what it is, even though I admit it's not something that I really need for my personal playlist. The color grading on the video is insane, and it really complements the rather simple concept design. The pastel suits were perfect. I will accept no criticism about the suits. They are my favorite part of the whole concept. We had so many great parts in this song. Everything about the delivery was delicious and seasoned. Once I let the song sit a bit in my mind, I found myself liking it more and more. So maybe by the end of the year, it'll be one of my favorites. Who knows?
There's 100 ways to leave a love, leave a love, leave a love. 100 ways to leave a love, leave a love, leave a. There's 100 ways to leave a love, and I won't wait a minute longer. 100 ways to leave, but I'm the only one that you need.
Jackson of GOT7, 100 Ways. Oh God, yes. This is production, this is creativity, this is the Jackson that I have solely been waiting for. Design, tone, tailoring to detail. This is a theater kids production and I for one am digging it. The filming and the editing style make the video memorable and I enjoyed that so much. Time flew during this release. The song proves that there is no excuse for subpar English lyrics in K-pop since the whole song is in English but it's simple and effective. The lyrics aren't groundbreaking but it proves that any writer who actually gives a damn about song quality can make a good song out of the English language. We've been doing it for a long time. The rough timbre in Jackson's voice pairing with the smooth caramel tones in his delivery is exactly what I wanted when I sat down for this one. The only real criticism is the goddamn thumbnail. Like, are you kidding me? Give this art crew some credit, please. Not that it mattered. Ultimately, the song still broke nearly 20 million in a month.
널 놓치지 않을까 널 이렇게 안아서 우린 영원히 함께해 아름다운 눈을 그렸어 어디도 못 가게 내 안에 널 가둘 테니까 내게만 들리게 내 귓가에 맴돌게 불어라 너를 바라볼게 내 숨결이 닿는다면 다시 돌아올 테니까
VICTON, Howling. First things first, that opening shot, stunning. I don't think I had any expectations for this one, but to be honest, I'm pretty happy. Video, amazing. The little color choices here and there really flesh out their concept and makes it less monotone considering how much of this exact concept we've exhausted in 2018. I liked here the same things I liked in The Boys' most recent comeback. Most of the song fell into the kind of sounds basic bucket, but the pre-chorus with the butterfly lilt and the chorus with the ripple of stressed, unstressed made the song for me. That bridge has real emotion to it, and the guitar was a really nice choice. I think a lot of these concepts lost genuine emotion over time, so they did a really good job delivering authenticity. And as we all know, I'm always happy with darker concepts that don't shy away from members interacting with each other. Well done, guys. Also, loving the hair colors.
'Cause I got 날이 so nice 끊어질 chain 준비된 fight 심장에 screaming 들리는 beating keep get the pain it's do or die.
Alexa, Do or Die. Whew, I'm loving Alexa's energy and presence as an idol. I have to say, I didn't really care for Do or Die, or Bomb for that matter. As usual, the best part of all her eras is Alexa herself. She's a great performer, and the camera absolutely loves her. She always has the fun hairstyles and the tops, and her delivery, her voice, her eye makeup, it's all working for her. The problem for me is the songwriting. Like I've said, my personal deal is if you're going to over-rely on English, it should at least be interesting English. Alexa herself is fluent in more than one language, so go for it, as long as the language blend feels like a musically developed choice rather than a cop-out when it comes to certain lines and rhymes. No one is asking you to be Shakespeare, but one of the huge points to songwriting is to play with language, and if you're using 2 languages, the possibilities literally just became twice as endless, so why on earth would you ever use 2 just to cop out of fully developing 1? I mean, I'm sorry, she lost me around Queen as iconic. Don't release lyrics written by Stan Twitter. That's my overall thesis. Composition-wise, we have largely outgrown this style. The industry right now is basically piloted by female artists and fans, and the space for detail and experimentation has never been bigger, so why did they play it so safe with this? Credit where it's due, her style, or at least the style she's been given, has major brand recognition appeal, but it's also outdated and not in a nostalgic way. This is a style of sound, writing, and fashion that we've largely exhausted during the Vocaloid era around 2014. This is my overall problem with contextless fight songs. Songs that say, put 'em up, let's fight, it's do or die. When I hear songs like this, all I can think is, dude, who are you fighting?
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
These songs have no stakes to them. I felt a very similar way about Dun Dun by Everglow. You've given me no reason to care about what you're fighting because you didn't write it down. All in all, her whole concept is a safe approach to fighting and rebellion in music, since the songs never really question society or herself, or give us something that is worth doing or dying. They just thought the line was cool, so they gave it to her. I think the style she's aiming for could work really well for her, but it's never more than skin deep. I think the best reference point for this approach done perfectly is AKB48's Beginner. It is a great fight song, and it felt totally synchronous with that musical climate at the time. The lyrics are well developed, the theme is universal enough to fit in any time period, and the stakes are written directly into the song. And Beginner came out in 2010! For Do or Die, the comeback is so securely bubble-wrapped that all I see is company packaging. I feel disconnected from Alexa, and she's the one I came here for. Concept-wise, Alexa is very anime, with the cutesy hairstyles and the monochrome outfits and the futuristic fight songs. I can totally see this style appealing to anyone going through that phase where everything is mecha and girls with cool hair fighting dudes in weird masks. It totally appeals there. I will fully admit, mecha is one of my guilty pleasures. I still adore it to this day. So I'd love to see her develop this niche she's carved out. We already like Alexa. Now let her say something with stakes. Let her get in a robot and start beating the shit out of dudes. Alexa's the key to these songs, so let her do more. Ides. Just. I dig everything about this. There's so much velvet and denim in this sound, and it runs right under the skin. The VCR effect, the R&B influence, the retro fashion, the collage editing, it's such a unique release, but it also feels extremely close to home. This is the fully realized extent of city pop and K-pop right now. I'm loving the creativity coming out of female soloists. The song understands simplicity, and I love that it does exactly what it needs to without forcing itself down your throat. In fact, it's so easy on the ears at the first listen that it invites you as the listener to come closer rather than pushing itself on you. It wants you to make the first move, and I love that about its style. I'll tell you guys a little secret. This is the sound I thought that Luna's Heejin was going to debut with, but ITZY has the air-filled crystalline voice for this song and this style, and I couldn't be more pleased.
Let me introduce you to some new deals. New deals. New deals. Bass kick swinging like a Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee. Hey yo, Bruce Lee. You want shimmy, 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 booty, pop nail. You know that pop nail. 이 무대 위로 top down. 나를 부르 찔러줘, Bruce Lee. Hey yo, 날아다녀 하루 종일 Bruce Lee. Coming up, 지금 여기로. Baby, 느낌은 네의 멋진 머리로.
NCT 127, Kick It. I will admit that I am just not someone who vibes with most of NCT 127's music. So imagine my delight when I loved this song from the first listen. This to me is the fully realized version of NCT's song concept, the perfect balance between strong melodies, significantly created verses and build-ups, and that hypermodern chorus style they're known for. It's the perfect way to appeal to fans who love the chant-heavy backbeat choruses they do, but also people of other styles who are looking for something vocally beautiful and catchy. And Kick It shows off NCT 127 doing justice to cleverly crafted songwriting without sacrificing their dance focus. Which is not to say they haven't always been great vocalists. Of course they have. It's SM. Letting that waggling rock and roll bass carry the chant in the chorus was a really nice move. Haechan's opening verse is my favorite part of the whole song. The absolutely moist way he rolls out his syllables is perfect. The composing really shows itself here with that low, chest-bound beat just going lightly right under his voice.
Baby, 느낌은 네의 멋진 머리로.
It's such a nude sound, and letting the sub-vocalizing take the melody where normally an instrumental would is just what that section needs to sink me into the song. It's a perfect, subtle hook. Kick It has a softer underbelly, but I think it tastes just as rich as the hard-hitting, snap-based, dirtier sections of the song. In my nauseatingly humble opinion, Kick It also showcased how to balance that sort of porcupine appeal that Taeyong has with the rest of the members' more slippery vibes. Giving him that center never detracts from the other members' impact on the song, and it also lets him do what he does best, which is grab your undivided attention. It's become very clear that his stylists take a lot of influence from the original Billy I, which is to say Billy Idol, the rock god himself. All of this is to say nothing of the music video, which is so simple but effective. The color palette is delicious, the shiny, rippling black and papery white on that Kill Bill yellow and the burnt orange. The bandage fingers and the zero-gravity rain are such small but effective touches to an already well-crafted video. As someone who spent an entire summer breaking down and physically recreating every Bruce Lee film fight up to post Enter the Dragon, I felt very cheesed by the whole Bruce Lee influence. Now, I want to see NCT do a fight cover of the infamous prison fight, 70s haircuts and all.
Yeah, got that drip, 흘러넘쳐 guts. 잃어버린 것 어디서도 make it pop. Keep on moving like a quan. 내 앞을 막을 때에 Samuel Jackson there what's up. Baby going on, baby you just gotta watch.
잔소리 stop it. 알아서 할게. 내가 뭐가 됐든 내가 알아서 할 테니까 좀. I do what I wanna. 평범하게 살든 말든 내버려둘래. 어차피 내가 살아. 내 인생 내 거니까.
ITZY, Wannabe. Now this is total commitment to your sound and style. This is taking something we've seen a million times and embracing the wealth of it full tilt. Is ITZY doing something I've never seen before? Absolutely not. Are they doing it with so much genuine fun, passion, and willingness to scrape their knees on the pavement that I don't give a shit? Oh my god, yes! Wannabe, for all that it is a song that truly feels like its message sounds. The music video is doing an excellent job playing with color and negatives, and I think it's the right combo of club neon and jet black to feel like an ITZY video. Speaking of the music video, I like how this was a counterbalance to Feel Special, where instead of finding this sense of solace in your friends, here you're finding the strength in yourself. The girls' storylines never cross, they don't all come together at the end to fight their evils, but rather the song is more egocentric. It lets the individual powers in the members save the day. I love both stories, and I think both are perfectly tailored to their respective groups. During Dala Dala, I said I loved that each of them brought something different to the table, and I think that still stands. The guttural rumble in Rujin's opening line, the polish in Leah's vocalizing, Chaeryeong's smooth, cool-toned flow, Yuna's carbonated spunk, and Yeji putting the fun in my funeral. Wannabe is fun. It's got a very solid skeleton with all this creative dressing building off of it. Going back to that opening line, I'd have loved if they rolled straight through with that rhythm in the next few lines, but I also really like that they immediately switch it up. No two lines sound the same, and even during the live stages, the girls are still adding new things or playing with new sounds and notes, and I love that. The simple structure and core of the song makes it the perfect playing ground for endless switch-ups that don't sound overbearing. I think the song is an excuse to do cool hair shots, and I frankly support anything that creates more hair porn, not less. My only real criticism is not showing as much of Sejeong as I'd like, but I can't be endlessly mad since the music video did give us this character and I need to know more about him. When you take the song and the video and you put them together, I think it's a perfect example of how to do something youthful without coming off as juvenile. This is a song that would have been an anthem for 15-year-old me. Nothing about it condescends to the teenage girls it's aimed at, but rather invites them to feel they're on the inside of the best parts of being a teenager. I think that's where the different strengths of each member shine. There are so many different archetypes of girls being presented in ITZY, so you can be the short-haired punk like Rujin, or the sophisticated glamour queen like Leah, or the down-to-earth steadiness of Sejeong, or the hyperactive happy pill like Yuna, or the lady-killing shark like Yeji. I'm so happy to see a rising girl group in K-pop that constantly promotes inclusivity as the way to go. I mean, I for one love comebacks where powerful ladies sit on their thrones and look down on me. That's awesome. But empowerment that specifically doesn't separate artist from audience or promote an air of extreme high-end exclusiveness is both refreshing and just what the doctor ordered. And it was written in the stones of the old scripture that this era should be Rujin's, and Rujin's it became. The blue wash, the scissors, the thighs. I'm in love with her opening fit. It's such a J-pop look, but she wears it so well. There's so much Spice Girls influence running hot in this comeback. And this album was full of everything ITZY does best. Sass, cuteness, loving me, myself, and I. I think Leah actually shines the most on the album. It's a perfect mix of retro and modern, and it makes me excited for their upcoming releases. I think this album was well worth waiting and wondering for. Quick tangent before I wrap up. I can't believe we have to talk about this. I can't believe it's even a thing, but no, I don't believe Leah is slacking off. Leah is just as active as she's ever been, and this whole discussion seemed to come off the train of left field from the town of Who Asked. She's doing what she's always done, which is prioritize the vocal performance. She's the main vocal. I'm also aware that the other members have more dance-heavy backgrounds. And even saying that feels like a disservice to her live performances, because even if you can't dance as powerfully as everyone in your arsenal, what you can do is show up with full energy, and Leah's expressions, her vocalizing, and the dancing she does are full of hard work and stage-bound effort. I love Julia, and I don't think she's lazy just because the drama bucket was empty this month. That's the video. I am sorry that I haven't been as active on here as I used to be. I'm trying to upload a little more frequently, so I'm not just uploading once a month, but I sort of ended up doing that anyway. 2 quick things. 1, for the person who asked where the butterfly edit is, I will be uploading that soon. And 2, I'm thinking about having one last Best Looks installment and then ending the series. And I don't know, it's not like that was a particularly popular segment on my channel, so I don't know if that's something people will be heartbroken about. I'm very surprised that out of all the videos I've made, those are the ones that cultivate the most anger, I think. With the Red Velvet video, people have been angry with me for not including Psycho, even though the video came out before Psycho existed, but especially with the Twice video. Because I didn't choose Mina's look from Feel Special, or Sana's blonde hair, or Jihyo from Dance the Night Away or Signal, and now people are accusing me of thinking that I think their other looks are somehow ugly or that I don't like them for just pointing out which ones were my favorites. And it makes me sad. It was something that really made me happy when I started it, because I started it to celebrate that we hit double digits on my channel, that I had 10 subscribers. And now it makes me sad. So I think this is the last one. I think I'm going to do Dreamcatcher, because I said I wanted to, and I generally find that the Dreamcatcher fans who've come to my channel have been really, really nice, and I wanted to give them something. I also love a lot of Dreamcatcher styling, and I'd like to point out my favorites. But I think this will be the last time I do a best looks, because it just makes me sad. I'm sorry to end this video on a low note, so I will just say that we hit 40K recently, and I really wanted to say thank you. I'm very humbled by you guys, and that's why I'm taking more time with my videos. I want them to be worthy of the support you've shown me. So, thank you guys for everything. Let me know what I should do with my profile picture, and I can't wait to get to know everyone who's new. Okay, I'll see you guys later.